Hello everyone, JM Gaming here, back with another Idleon review. Today we've got Seb here to get a review. Alright, so first things I'm going to see, I see that you're doing some Onyx stuff. What's your drop rate at anyways? Just so we kind of know where we're at, like on your DK pretty much. Like a roundabout ballpark figure. That'll also give us an idea on where we're going at too. 18 times. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you could kind of farm statues right now. I mean, there's also some drop rate guides out there. I know Ice Lock put out one from Nocturne Gaming. He had a really nice one to show you every single bit of your stuff. Also, Seb, if you go into my Discord under the tips and tricks, I actually have the Google spreadsheet for all of your stuff that you need for drop rate. It'll tell you everything you're missing. It's a very handy tool. If you have a hard time using it or something, let me know. I can go through it with you. It's really not complex. And it's a very, very good tool. I used it to go from 130 times multiplier to over 200 times. Okay, beautiful. All right, so you're aware of it. I mean, I see you got the multi on there. Just replace it with a drop chance. Like, I know you're thinking this is good, but it's okay. Like, you're better off to just focus on one thing at a time. Like this. Replace this one with one of these. When you get another, I don't know if you have another World 5 one or not, but if you do replace this, it's best to just have all the World 5 ones and then have pops. So I would do that. Another thing, too, is when you start getting into farming statues and stuff, you get your drop rate up a little bit. As you're farming golden food and stuff like that, if you go over to the Blood Bones in World 3, you can farm up some golden cheese. Have some amount of golden cheese on each one of your characters. I mean, if you can get 10,000 to drop it to the beanstalk, then that's great. But you should try to keep a little bit on every single character, and you'll find your shrines will level up a lot faster. I mean, to get to 25 is pretty darn easy if you do that. So, I mean, you're kind of leaving almost 10 levels on the table right now that you could easily get, is what I'm saying. So, just as I'm not saying you have to go for it now, but just kind of focus on that at some point when you get to where you're able to farm food and statues very easy. Then I would definitely focus on it. Let's check out what your character's doing. Like I said, I see that you're working on Onyx. I get it. Get to that point. Bubbles and stamps are definitely going to need some love. I can tell that you just had pushed through World 6, like you haven't been there that long. So now you're definitely on the backtrack mode of doing stuff. We're going to go right to your characters. Let's see what's going on with these guys. Before we even get into the equipment, let's see what everybody's doing. Okay, so you're getting some ladles. Getting some mushrooms. I mean, to be completely honest with you, Seb, if you're going to have one person pushing mushrooms, this isn't a great class to do it. Yeah. Yeah, I figured as much. Pushing mushrooms, though, on Arcane Cultist isn't great. Because, I mean, face it, you can put anybody on Wisdom. Doesn't matter. You could even have Siegebreaker or something on this. Siegebreaker would be great, to be honest. Deathbringers are great, but I see you're using them for something else. Siegebreaker would be good, though. Windwalker could be good. They both would be... They both would be more than what this probably is. So, I mean, that's just like a nitpick thing, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean... Most of your stuff doesn't matter when you're just chucking them on a wisdom statue, but like for kills, you're going to want to put somebody else. Yeah. Yeah. It'll give you a little more bang for your buck, right? So yeah. All right, let's see what you got for equipment going on here. All right, I see you got some the fact that you have marble and god shard on some people means, and don't take any offense to this. I'm not being mean or anything. Luster needs to go bye-bye. Like, you need to get... You should at least have bare minimum troll on these guys. Because if you've got marble and some god shard, you need to replace Luster. Like, there's no reason to have these on it. Gotcha. Okay, we'll just keep on it. Because this stuff, I mean, even Dementia, like, I wouldn't worry about going up too much higher. Another thing, too, tools. Let's see what your skills are at. Yeah, see, like, right here, look at this guy. 1 fishing. I see that you're not prioritized. Like, you're just doing up what they're good at. So, like, you got a nice 76 there, but 15, 1. I get it. But, like, at the end of the day, these are stat sticks. You can pump a ton of stats on these. You want to make sure to try to get them all up to a decent tier. Like, you got some marble on these guys. It's great. But, I mean, even if you're salt locked, there's no reason why you can't get them to, like, the tiers above that, like Dementia or something. But you should be able to fill every single one of these slots. You've got to do that. This is one of those things. When you hit World 6, you've got to backtrack. This is a huge one. You need to level up your skills high enough to be able to equip better tools, and just tools in general. If you have empty slots, I mean, that's stats you're missing out on, right? Like this guy, you literally have 2. You're missing out on 2 sets of tools that you could get stats on. I'm doing good, Disorderly. How are you? But yeah, see, you're missing a couple there. You want to fill every slot, though. Definitely do that, okay? That would probably be the biggest takeaway I could give you from this. And if you're working on the fact that you're salt locked, you already understand it. You know, once you get to troll, clearly you can blast it up probably to marble right off the bat. Another thing too is you've got to get the trapping up, definitely, because you are running minimal traps on the, like, this guy's got a minimal trap. Like, that's not good. You've got to get the traps up. Try to work on your skulls, get those up a little bit. I see you got Hampters on your guys, great stuff. But see, like, run the cheese on them, too, at some point. But yeah, Hampters is great. That's great stuff. So that's definitely a positive I can say about you. Because a lot of people, I usually have to tell them to put Hampters on their characters. You have them on all. So you're already ahead of the game right there. Good stuff. But yeah, that's what I would work on with it. Obviously, rings. Your rings are all over the place. You need to get serrated Rex rings on everybody. I would say that would be a good starting point for you to get serrated Rex rings on just everyone. They're very, very easy to get. I know it sucks to do dungeons, but you've got to get them done. Another thing, too, with neck pieces, eventually when you get past stuff, it's good to get divine scarves, too. Because, like, I see you got the basic blanket and stuff. You got that. Like, yeah. See, this one's got nothing on. Yeah. So you're going to want to work on those at some point. See, that guy's got nothing. This guy's very neglected. Like, extremely neglected. But now that you're in World 6, it's like, now you got to bring everybody up to par. Everybody has to be up now. So, yeah, your rings really... You got to get some serrated Rex rings. And then eventually you can work on the Emperor Opal ones. But, yeah, I would get serrated Rex rings for everybody. That's a good point to do, too. Make sure you're doing your dungeons every single week. Which, on that note, let's go ahead and check out your dungeons while we're on the topic of it. And see what's going on. See, I see you've been doing your flurbos. You want to max this out, of course. You can even do like a 50-50 if you want. You can spend half of your flurbos in here. You can spend another half to grab rings. That's not a bad trade-off either. I see you're trying to spread them all around. Just try to max stuff out. Like, talent points is awesome. Pound that one out. Your talent points going to be important. Your AFK gains are important. Like, I mean, leveling up defense. Like, what does defense matter? It should be one of the last ones. Do World 1 dungeons. World 2 and 3, people don't do them. And they're a lot more of a pain in the ass. Definitely do World 1 dungeon. Yeah. Yeah, you always want to do one if you're looking to push up for your flurbos. Yeah. Because most of the time, you're going to clear at least 3 frogs. Worst case scenario. Yeah, 2 and 3 is a nightmare. Yeah, definitely do 1. But, I mean, I see you only got 17 booster runs. So, I mean, I get it. You're doing them. It's not like you're not doing them. So, just keep that in mind, though. You definitely want to get Rex rings. Because, like, these, it's like 6% total damage. I mean, who cares? It's okay. Yeah, you get the total damage one on that. I get it. But, I mean, like this, boss damage. If you're not fighting a boss, what is this ring doing? Right? It's doing absolutely nothing. That's my point. You got a Rex ring right there. So, yeah, you just got to turn it into a serrated Rex ring. Yeah. So, that would be what I say about your gear. Let's go ahead and check your obols on everybody. Yeah, see, this is... You went and farmed it up on one, but you need to get it on everybody. Everybody needs to look like this. It's best to just... Because you don't want to keep swapping around a set. Put it on everybody. Because you got to stop and think. They're going to get AFK gains, too. That's going to give you more AFK drops. Like, a lot of this stuff is just random. This is just random stuff. Like, they all should look like this. Granted, later on, you can keep some of these, like chopping and stuff like that. You can upgrade those. But for the most part, you can get away with just a drop rate set on everybody. And then you can even take this middle one off and replace it with the World 5 boss one. So then they're gaining a little more AFK with it, too. Exactly, yeah. You're not under-geared anymore. The fact that you have a set, you can move this set to ES or whatever... Or Divine Knight, depending on, obviously if you're farming Pop Opals, you're going to use ES on Gigafrogs. If you're farming up the others, then you're using Divine Knight. But yeah, swap this set on who you're using. Like I said, change out the one that you have on your main one. Change this one out to another Pop Opal. Right here. The Hyper Opal. Because yeah, if you want to keep a multi-set, that's fine. But just putting one on, like, keep everything the same. This middle one should be a 5 from World 5 boss. And then, yeah, you'll be good to go. This is essentially what you're looking at, what you want. Because these World 5 boss ones are really, really good for AFKs. And let's be honest, 9 out of your 10 characters all the time are going to be AFK. So that's why this is so darn good. But yeah, it's just that backtracking. That's all it is. But yeah, this has got to get fixed. This is going to be one of your top priorities right here. If we have a priority list, this is going to be one of the top, like, 2 or 3. If not the top one. You've got to get this fixed. And like you said, you've got the stuff to do it. You've got the gear to do it now. There's no excuse. You got to do it. Let's also look at your cards, too. So your cards actually don't look too bad, to be honest with you, where you're at. I mean, yeah, I could get some of these up, but I mean, that's just nitpicking you. Yeah, so you got the drop rate cards and stuff. Clearly, we can tell you haven't really bought packs, which, it is what it is. Oh, did you not have that one leveled? Yeah, you definitely got to level the poop card. That's a big one. That's going to be one that you're going to double. That one and Genie are big. Yeah, you got Genie done. So yeah, you're definitely going to have to level the poop card at some point too. For Crystal Spawn chance, that'll make your life a little easier. When it comes to, getting statues, food, all that stuff. Yeah, it's very easy. Yep. Post office, you got some you haven't spent. You definitely got to spend them. I mean, post office, you're putting them about where you need to. See, this... You got a couple characters that are just 100% neglected on a lot of stuff. You've got to go through and definitely put the points into them. It's going to help them a lot. I definitely noticed these last couple of characters you have are getting neglected hard. You're going to have to bring them up where everybody else is. I know we get to the point to where we favor some classes over others, but you can't do that. Gotcha. Anvil. Here's another one that's very, very easy to get done. It's very cheap on money. And these items to farm are very easy. The highest item that you have to farm is literally the last mob in World 4. There's no reason why you can't get these done. Like, these would probably take you like an afternoon, and you could have enough to get every single character done. Because at some point, you're going to get to where anvil items are going to lock you. And I bet you when I go into... when I go into your Atom Bubbles, I bet you Hocus Chopus is hardcore, like, really low. If even leveled at all. You hate looking at it. Got you. But yeah, you're going to have to fix these, though. Like, max out the items, max out the money. Put a decent point into your speed. Like, I know the old meta used to be to put everything into speed. Speed isn't exactly the meta anymore. It's not. Putting into a bit of capacity is also a good thing, too. Like, I know people are all like, oh my god, put it into speed. But the problem is, if you're not checking it all the time, constantly, it's just sitting there full all the time. And what good does speed do you if it's just sitting full? If you have to go half speed, half capacity, do that. But yeah, you definitely need to get these items, though. Because every one of them's like this. They've never been leveled. Like, you definitely got to do that. Star signs, we can look at that in here after. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the other account stuff here. I mean, I can look at these real quick, but... Exactly, yeah, to go for a day. So if it's automatically collecting once per day, then you don't have to... It's one less thing you have to worry about, like Fenrir's saying. Yeah, get your capacity to be able to run it all day. Let the automation arm grab it for you. Good to go. Yeah, I would assume, like, you wouldn't be pushing too much on these. Like, you don't have the gear and stuff for it. I'll tell you, like I tell everybody else, push where you can, get the bonuses where you can, put the talent points into the stuff, the bonus, and then walk away. I'm not going to go through these with you. There's no point in it. We don't need to drag on for something that, like, you have no business doing. The problem with Arcane Cultist is... And I bet you I can go into here and see that you have that problem. Because I can tell right off the bat. Let's see here. Your tentacle isn't 400. If it isn't 400, you're not pushing. Period. Like, it's a requirement. You will get hard locked if this is not at 400. Because it's going to reduce this cooldown to 4 seconds every time instead of 3. So you literally only going to push just so far, and then that's it. You're done. That could be World 3. That could be World 4. And you're done. Like, this has to be 400. There's no getting around it. And the higher level... See, level 600 is good and stuff, but like... level 600 is good for Windwalker. Level 600 is good for Deathbringer. Level 600 isn't as good for this class. It's very hungry for points. Like, see, and if you're pushing, there shouldn't be any points into this. There should be, like, maybe 1 point. And I see that you're only getting 64 points for your minimum. That's another big problem. Maybe it'll get you to Sugmas. That's a big maybe. Big maybe. To be honest with you, there's a lot of people that if you don't even have 400, you're not getting past big old worms. Like, the point is, he's missing out massive points and everything. Yeah, but how much... Like, are you 1 point gives you 64? I'm pretty sure you're probably higher than that. There's a vast difference. A vast difference. And having points into this is not going to get you anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's very talent point hungry. Because, like, I have this one, this one, this one, this one, this, and this all maxed. Like, and they're pretty much needed. I mean, they're not needed to be maxed, but like right here, you're going to have accuracy issues. This is like the #1 thing to probably put into, and you're not into it. That's what I'm saying. There's no way you're getting that far on this class. There's no way. So you're going to have to get more talent points. When in doubt, go to my YouTube channel. I have a max talent point video. The recent stuff that came out, I pinned in the comments. But it'll show you what you need to get to the 301 or 299, depending on where you're at. But like this 196 and stuff, and 233 looks like your highest. It's not going to cut it. Yeah, see, big difference. Big difference, Disorderly. Big difference. Like, I'm seeing the highest thing I'm seeing right now is 233. And 233 is not going to cut it. So, that's what I'm saying. You're going to have to go and get more talent points before you're going to look to push this. Or probably any of the other ones any further. So, yeah, we're not going to worry a ton about that. I think it's just beating a dead horse at this point. You're going to have to go through that max talent stuff. Watch that video, like I said, when you have time to do it. And start pushing those. Because you're going to need more talent points. And not just, like, you need more points in general. But you're going to need just higher base points. So you're going to have to raise those minimums up. And the overflows up. Alright, Anvil we already covered. Let's go to stamps. Because we know stamps are going to be an issue. So you got some stamps. I mean, I'm going to assume you're probably not at these. You got most of them unlocked. I mean, I would look into unlocking some more of them. Because what you want to ultimately do is you want to get to a 10,000 level is really what you want to push to. You're in World 6 now. There's no reason why you can't at some point push this to 10,000. It's only a little over 5,000, which is severely underleveled. But you want to get to 10,000 at some point, because then this gilded stamp is going to be guaranteed every day. And that's going to help you out, because you're going to use it every day. Like, see, you're only 10 on multi-tool, which is absolutely going to kill any kinds of 3D prints or any kind of efficiency that you're looking to get. You got to level up. And it's not like I can just focus on one stamp. I mean, I see you got this at 170, which is nice. I'm surprised you even have it that high because you're Anvil. But you're going to want to overall level a lot of stuff. And you definitely have to unlock the stamps that you don't have unlocked. I mean, there's not just one focus here. All these stamps need to get leveled. Like, there's just a massive amount of them are very, very low. I would shoot for 10k. Try to get to 10k. I know it's going to be tough. But just slowly try to, like, get to that finish line. Because it's going to help you massively in the end. You're at 9. Yeah. But also do that stuff for the anvil, too. Because, once again, the anvil is going to help for that. It's going to help also in your bubbles, too. For alchemy. So, like, that's why I say, it'll take you an afternoon, probably, of just, like, pushing active on, like, ES or something to get all that stuff. Like, it's very, very easy to get the anvil stuff done, to get the points. This, just every day, get on. Try to make it part of your routine like I was just doing. Just get on, do it, get as far as you can, do a reset if you need to, push it back up to a good point where you can't really push no more, walk away, come back and do it again. Each day. And just, you'll notice it'll go up fast. That's all you need to do. Just make it a habit. That's all it really is, just making it a habit. And it's going to be the same thing with Poppy also. Because let's go ahead and look at this real quick too. Yeah, so you're at 6. You're actually doing probably a bit better on this one than you are on the other one. Because this one doesn't go in as high. But yeah, just make sure you keep pushing it. You've definitely got your points all out of whack. I don't know if you were here when I was giving the discussion on the point distribution on these. But your points are definitely all out of whack. You want to get yellow to 100. You want to get the gray to 250. And then for blue and green should be exactly the same like they are. But the red should be 4 times that. Yeah. So there's the formula right there. This goes to 100. This goes to 250. Those are soft caps for them. It starts being massive diminishing returns after that. Blue and green should be the same. For a 1-to-1 ratio. And red should be 4 times what blue and green is. There's your formula. Literally that easy. When in doubt, you can always watch back on the video and you'll get that formula for you. But yeah, that's the ratio. Yep, you're welcome. Alright, bubbles. Let's see here. So I see it looks like you've got a couple doubled. Okay. I mean, you didn't pick terrible ones. They're good. Let me go ahead and turn this down. I had mine at like 99. Let's see where we're at. Because I think at first, 75% is probably a good number for you. I mean, I think you can definitely hit 75%. You're going to want to get a lot of your efficiencies. And what did I say? Hocus Chopus was going to be an issue. There it is. So what you're going to want to do is, once you get all that anvil stuff up every day, and you get it pounded up to where you can start getting yourself some nails, you want to bargain tag the shit out of this thing. I mean, there's no other way that you're going to get this done. Just bargain tag the shit out of it every day. This is definitely one that you're going to want to use that on. And then when it gets to the point to where you can atom it, then you can start to atom it. Because that's a lot of your process in the beginning, is getting a lot of stuff that really sucks. You know, like another good example of it is right here. This one really sucks. It's another great one to bargain tag like crazy. Get it to the point to where you can atom it. Because that's what a lot of it is. A lot of that stuff that's pretty well impossible to get done, let's be honest. You've got to get it to that point where you can bargain tag it. And the cool thing about this one is, it doesn't work with the yellow any. But the cool part with the purple one is, yeah, you should be using them every day. Every day. Every day. Especially in the beginning. Like, I don't really use them as much anymore because I've pretty well, you know, done everything I can do. But like with this one, for example, if you get close to the billion, say you're at like 900 million, right? So you're really close. Because this is a purple bubble, if you're not on a mage, if you're on like a warrior or something, or if you're on an archer type, the amount of it will go up. It could actually put you into atom range, so you could atom it. It's a nice little trick that'll work sometimes for you. So instead of having to try to force some more bargain tag levels, you could actually atom it if you go on a character that's not the same type as the bubble. Because it'll increase the cost, which can be a good thing. It'll put you in that atom range. So keep that in mind. If you're close, you might be able to atom it early if you go on the wrong class. I know it seems weird, but like sometimes using the wrong class can be a really good benefit. Like another one here. So I would get a lot of your efficiencies up to 75%. Because I mean, I don't even have to look at your 3D prints right now and know that they're not going to be great. Because stuff like this, like you're only at 66%. So you definitely got to get them up. Like I said, you can see where you're pretty fresh to World 6. Like, you got there, you pushed, and now it's time to play catch-up. So you're at the 100. So, yeah, getting those to 300%. Yeah. And then eventually, you have to get these close to 600%. I mean, you can get the gains from other places. I just put these up to 600 so that I know what my percent is all in one place. You don't have to do that. Star signs will give them to you, too. But, I mean, I just did them all to 600 to make life easier. Because when you're in the hole and you get Conjurer, Conjurer's going to have a bonus that will actually make this 600% instead of 300. And that will explode your prints. So keep that in mind. At some point, you're going to get to that point. And when you unlock that, it's not giving you any benefit until you level these up to 600%. So just keep that in mind. I see you got all your bubbles unlocked. That's good. That's a good thing. Once you start cranium cooking and stuff later on, a lot of these World 6 bubbles become very, very easy to do. You get ones like this, like Jade. Like, you can sit there and while you're cranium cooking, you can just keep pounding this up. Like, it's a joke. But you get at that point where you're like that 400 tentacle or close to it. Get up there a little bit. You don't even have to be at that. You could be like 200 plus and you probably could do it. Let's go ahead and check out your cauldrons here too. So you have max, so you're doing the right stuff. You're definitely doing the right stuff. Because, I mean, there's a lot of people who don't even have these maxed. So that's really good. I assumed you did because you have all your bubbles unlocked. So yeah, you look good here. Vials, so you know that you can kind of cherry pick the ones that you want. Which is cool. But yeah, definitely keep unlocking every day. Try to keep unlocking every day. I assume you know the fast way to be able to drop them so you can actually get it to proc more easily on these. So essentially fill up, say you got 16 slots on a page. Put one item in each slot. Hold down shift on it when you're in front of the cauldron. Hold down shift. Click every one of them really fast. You'll drop them all. It's more likely to level it up. Not everybody knows about that, but that is a good thing. Hey, what's up, Wolf? But yeah, if you don't know, well, now you do. But yeah, you're definitely going to want to unlock all of them. Yeah, so anybody who doesn't know, now you know. Yeah, it unlocks them way faster if you do it that way. Click them really fast, though. Because you'll see, it'll just cycle through them, and it'll actually give you way more tries that way. It's kind of a weird little trick, but it works. It works really well. But yeah, keep leveling these up. Because what you're going to want to do, probably one of the most important ones, because obviously you're Onyx statue farming. You're going to want to get this one up. You're going to want to get this up to 100% or more. Because when you do the quest from it, they're going to give you the Kapow statues. You're going to want to keep those and not turn them in until this is 100% or more. And also, when this bubble is up pretty high too, preferably at some point, you want to double this bubble. You really, like, I cannot stress how ridiculously OP this bubble is. It is absolutely insane. You definitely want to double it at some point. And the other thing too is, before you double these two, the number one bubble, by far, no doubt about it, it's sitting way up on a mountain looking down on every other bubble, is Larry. You should have doubled that first. Larry is broken. It literally affects every single time you click a bubble. Like, you want this. This is one you should have done first. If you get enough to double a bubble at any point, Larry. Like, don't even hesitate. Do Larry. This thing is so good. So good. It literally helps you level everything. So that's going to be by far your best bubble. But yeah, get that up there, like I said. And then, yeah, hang on to those Kapow statues. Because the best way to get them is from that quest. That's why you do that quest on every single character for the Onyx statue. And then you save them. Do not turn them in. I can't stress it enough until that's over 100% and you get the bubble up too. Like, it's massive because you do not get Kapow statues in this game. You're lucky if you get a couple a day even when you're statue farming. And that's it. There is no way to farm them. Sigils, you should not be doing sigils. Well, I mean, you're done with your bubbles and stuff, I guess. You could be doing them. Yeah, I mean, your speed's okay. The only problem is it's going to take you a long time. You could put them in liquids to overflow. I mean, whatever. You're fine with this. Just once you start doing, like, summoning's going to jack you up on this. Because we look at this. Yeah, see, your most is from summoning. There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You got your alchemy stuff done. Just keep in mind, it's not going to be fast by any means. Arcade, I'm not even going to bother. Let's see the islands. You should have them. Yeah, unlock Fractal at some point. I mean, not that you're going to do a ton about it, but definitely unlock it. Kilroy, for one, you kind of fucked yourself. I'm just going to be brutally honest. You should have only put 1 point in this. It's too late now. Do not put any more points into this. For the talent drops, the dungeon drops, and the pearl drops, you should only have 1 in each. Just so it has a chance to drop, but you don't want a ton of points in them. Faster respawn's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, 14 points and that sucks. Yeah. I just want to make sure you're not going to still do it. That's all. It happens. It happens. This is part of the reason why a lot of people want to reset on that. Yeah, I mean, just make sure you're doing them every week. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Alright, let's go into World 3. We're going to check out your printer here. So, because Windwalker / Beastmaster sucks so much, the best thing to print on them is all your stuff for your refinery. That's the best thing to print on them, because they suck. If you're looking for stuff for vials or any extra thing, it's best to print it on Voidwalker. You can have an extra couple slots once you get all your slots unlocked to be able to do some extra stuff, but I would just put refinery stuff on them. You look fine on this. See, this guy should not have any type of materials. Gotcha. But like every single mage should have an oak log print on them. Every single warrior should have a copper ore print on them. Yeah, I got you. But I mean, like, Deathbringer should not have anything like this on them. Deathbringer should have one copper ore print, the rest being fish. Yeah. Well, I'm giving you a heads up for when you do. This fine, you can do all nothing but types of flies on them. That's fine. You got your oak print. See, you're putting resources on them. Have nothing but logs on them. Don't put that kind of shit on them. They're not good at it. Like I literally told you earlier not to have them getting your statues because they suck at it. Their AFK rates are shit, which means that's also going to be bad. So don't waste them. Use nothing but logs on them. Have one oak log, the rest other logs. Same thing on this guy. One copper print, the rest should be fish. This guy should not have flies on him. This should be nothing but materials from mobs. All logs, one oak print. All nothing but ore, one copper ore print. Like, you've really, really got to reprint. Because, like, your prints are way out of whack. You're just throwing shit anywhere. You don't want to do that, trust me. Like, they're all good at certain things. Make sure you're using them for the things that they're good at. Otherwise, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. You don't want to do that, okay? But yeah, it comes down to every single warrior type should have... Because the best stuff you get for mining is in the warrior tree. Some of the best stuff you get from chopping is in the wizard tree. Or the mage tree. So every single mage should have an oak log print. Every single warrior should have a copper print. And then, like I said, use refinery stuff on him. Nothing but ore. Nothing but logs with an oak print. This should be one copper ore print and nothing but fish. Nothing but flies. And, of course, a regular fly print in case you want to do it for atoms. This one should be oak print and nothing but logs. Copper print, nothing but fish. This should be nothing but monster materials. You can use to double up on refinery if you need. And you can also use it for stuff you're looking to do for vials, bubbles, stuff like that. He can kind of be a little bit of a jack of all trades when it comes to that. Also, make sure you get your sample up to 90%. 90% is cap. You want to have this at 90%. You check that by looking at your construction skill on your character. Once again, oak with nothing but logs, and a copper print, and nothing but the rest. Or, that's how you want to have them look. You want to get this at 90%. We can go ahead and look real quick at your prayers. Royal Sampler, you leveled the piss out of it, which you didn't need to. Clearly that person doesn't have it on them. I can guarantee it at this point. Let's see here. Prayers. Yeah, see? Make sure you got Royal Sampler on everyone before you go out and you do your samples. So, take all your samples off on the ones that don't have it, and then pop a Royal Sampler on them. Because you should have Royal Sampler on everybody right now. Make sure you do that before you print. You don't want to miss out on that. Yeah, because your prints are in really, really bad shape. Alright, so we're in 3 here. Alright, let's go to the refinery. See, right off the bat, you're salt locked. Yeah, you are very salt locked. This number here, how much you make per hour, this number has to be less. Otherwise, you're only making 2.54k an hour, but you need over 4. That means this thing is sitting here not doing shit, and you never get any extra red salts. Because they're always going to this. Just like 2.2k, you need 3.38. You're making 1.69, you need 309. See, that's fine. That's fine. You're making 309, you have 478. This is why you don't have salts for your gear. Is because you are hardcore salt locked. Yeah. So you're going to have to start shutting some shit off, to be completely honest with you. Like, for one, this one would actually need to be leveled a little bit to make up for this one. So stop. Stop with the nullos. You need to shut off orange until you get above this. You need to completely shut it off. And you need to shut off blue, too, to be honest with you. Because you're using more orange. Like, yeah, you're hardcore fucked on this. Yeah. You need those numbers for what it's making per hour to be less. Like, this is why you don't have salt. That's my point. Like, because a lot of stuff you're going to need green salts for it, and you're literally using more than you're making. So you're never going to have extras to use any kind of gear. Yeah. I've also got a short that I have in my YouTube channel about refinery stuff. You can feel free to go ahead and refer to that quite often, but essentially for the most part is this amount you make per hour, it needs to be less how much it's using per hour. So which means, like I said, red salt's got to get leveled up way more to make up for this orange one absolutely screwing you. Like, this should be a good amount of levels ahead of it. Yeah, you're definitely going to have to get on top of fixing that for sure. Because you're never going to get your towers up. You're never going to get your gear made. Like, this is a huge priority to fix this. Atoms aren't really a thing for you to worry about a ton because you've got to get better prints to be able to even get atoms. Like, I'm surprised, to be honest with you, you even have as many levels and stuff as you do. Yeah, this blows up cooking and stuff. Like, these are very, very good. But, I mean, like I said, until you get your prints up, this isn't going to matter. Yeah, see, Equinox, you're definitely going to want Liquid Vestment to go up. So then you can Cranium cook like crazy. This should be #1 priority. Definitely #1 priority. You want to get that to 99%. Lab Fuse, don't put any points into it. Don't put any points into Food Lust. Don't put any points into Voter Rights. Those three are just traps. Don't put points into them. I see. Yeah, you got Automation arm maxed. To be honest with you, like, there's so much of this stuff that, like, you've got to be hardcore locked on this shit. To be completely honest. Because your salt is just... Like, you don't have any extra of anything. Of any color salt. That's what's going to kill you right now. You only took a look at this. At some point, yeah, you'll have to go back and get this up. But, I mean, you don't look bad here. Eventually, too, I see that now you're doing that. Make sure you're buying your pickles every day. The bone pickles from World 6 shop. Make sure you buy them every day. You're also going to want to buy the coupon for farming every day. But with this stuff, make sure you're using your pickles every time you kill these guys. And then a little trick with Glunko is if you leave your Deathbringer over on it, make sure you're not in Wraith form. You want to be out of Wraith form. But their gravestone actually reduces the spawn time of Glunko. So instead of it taking 20 minutes to pop, it only takes 4 minutes to pop. You literally could overnight this a couple times depending on how many pickles you have, and you could get this up to 100k very easy. Something you can focus on later on down the road. Because it's very, very easy to get this up. Not everybody knows about that little trick. But yeah, it's only about a 4-minute pop on him. So you can just let him kill him overnight, and you're good to go. 1 or 2 nights, and you'll probably have 100k. Like I said, of course, depending on how many pickles you have. Worship, I can tell you right now, if you're not already doing it, then start doing it. Stop using Charge Siphon. Charge Siphon is a huge noob trap. Do not use Charge Siphon. The only way you should be using Charge Siphon is way, way down the road. And I can tell you've used it quite a bit because that's why this guy's like 60 and this guy's 99. Just like that one's 70, 50, 58, well, 51. Yeah, stop using Charge Siphon. Gotcha. But yeah, if you're looking for XP, it's very simple here on Toolbox. It'll just say how much XP you're getting per charge. It breaks it right down for you. So if we look at your thing right now, Clash of Clans is your best. Like, if you're looking for XP, claim everybody on Clash of Clans. That's going to level you up the most. Like, it literally breaks it down for you. I love this about Toolbox. It's so convenient. But yeah, make sure you claim it on every single person. I know it sucks. I get it. Like, it's a pain in the ass to have to do it on everybody. But you're going to get your levels more even. You're going to be able to put better skulls on them. And you're going to get more charge in the end anyways. So, definitely claim them on each person individually. Yeah, now they got Poisonic. Yeah. But definitely make sure you claim them individually, though. I can't stress that enough. Because Charge Siphon is a massive noob trap in the beginning. It really is. Alright, you're grabbing some turtles so you can level up the vial. Make sure, too, that you're printing up your stuff also for your refinery, too. Don't forget about your refinery. Even if you have to, like, I know some people don't actually understand that you can do this. You can do different stuff on every, like, you don't have to do nothing but mice. Like, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. You could literally do 7 different things. So what I tell a lot of people to do is, if you're hard pressed for refinery stuff, like we know it's usually the mice and it's the scorpions. Worst case scenario, besides, of course, Voidwalker. Voidwalker should always be on a nature trap on turtles. Period. And you want to use the stuff. Yeah, see, he's not even on a nature trap. You got to get him leveled up. Put nature trap on him. Uses transference or whatever it's called, so it'll give way more XP. Place the traps down, the nature traps down with that active, and it's going to level you up really fast with turtles. He should be on turtles all the time and should be leveling, so he's always the highest for his abilities. But the rest of them, there's no reason why you can't put like 1 or 2 mice or scorpions on them. And then if you want to level them, put the rest on turtles. Like, have everybody with like 1 mouse on them, except for Voidwalker, and then have everybody with like 1 scorpion on them. It'll be enough to keep your refinery running, and then you can put the rest as turtles, so then they're still leveling. And it'll help you out a lot in the end. You don't have to put them all on stuff. Because the problem is right here, is this one doing mice, and this one doing mice, they're going to get absolutely smashed in levels compared to these people who are running turtles. These people are going to level so much faster on turtles than these other guys are. That's why I try to keep them evenly spread. I mean, not necessarily one of each, but like, you can put like 1 of a mouse on each one, and then you can put like 1 of a scorpion on each one. But like I said, Voidwalker's the exception. Should always have turtles on him. Period. You want to keep him high. And then just put like turtles as the rest on people. Depending on how many you need. You might have to go like 2 mice and 2 scorpions maybe. But yeah, just kind of see where it works out for you. This, yeah, see, salt's killing you. So right now, that's definitely a problem. Eventually, just keep these in the back of your mind. Once you get your salt completely unscrewed, and you can start getting this stuff up, you can start leveling these again. All right, construction. XP. See, so you don't know how to do construction. I clearly see that. Everything on the board needs to be XP. The best way and the most way that you get construction build speed is based on the level of your Divine Knights. Your 2 Divine Knights should be on the board. The rest of these guys should be making you cogs. You want to get XP on them. The directional cogs can get player XP on them. Is good. Build rate is not good on this stuff. I see that's what you're doing on a lot of these. If I go to build percent, or even just build in general, yeah, you're thinking that build is the best. It is not. Build is shit. It comes from your DK's level, which means you want player XP because you want to level them. The higher you level them, the more your XP is going to be. And the more you're going to level up. Go to XP and then player XP on directionals. If you want a really huge in-depth thing of it, yeah. If you want a huge in-depth guide of it, Outsider is the name of a YouTube guy. Outsider, and then he's got some numbers after his name. But Outsider has a very, very good construction video. He's the reason literally why I haven't made one. He has a fantastic video on YouTube that goes massively in depth on construction. Watch that video sometime. Trust me, you will learn a lot. And it'll put you in the right direction. I highly recommend that video. But yeah, like where you're at is not going to help you. He'll show you where you can place everything, the way you can set it up, all that stuff. I'm not going to go completely in depth because this would be like an extra hour long. But yeah, take a look at that and it's going to help you massively. But yeah, it's all about XP. It's all about leveling your DKs, and then your build percent scales off from their level. That's what you want. Cooking. I'm going to assume you're just a little bit into it. I mean, I saw you got like 9 levels on it. Yeah, so you got everything needs like a ladle. So you probably leveled up your Atom Collider at one point. So what I like to do is when I get to the point like this, where everything's taking very little ladles, what I'll do is I'll get a bunch of ladles. I'll fill my inventory with like stacks of 10. And what I'll do is I'll start off with the speed ones. And I'll get them leveled up to the point to where, you know, if they need a lot, then it's good enough. But level up your speed ones first. And then after that, I'll go through them one at a time. And just pound in 10 ladles at a time. To each one. Until I'm done. And then you'll see that, like, you only have a couple left that you might have to put a couple little extra into. Yeah, it bumps up fast because you keep hitting that collider. Once you hit the collider, and also keep in mind with the collider is, like, it's going to increase your speed retarded. Like, absolutely ridiculously. So you're going to want to make sure that you're going to have to, like, make yourself set up to where you have the ladles already because you know you're going to need them. If you even put one level into it, the speed increase is insane. You're going to want to do it. Another thing, too, is when we think about cooking, your number one thing for cooking is going to be on your Void Walker. Book this as soon as possible. This should be whatever your highest skill that you can book in the library is. Book this thing to max. Because this is probably the number one most insane meal speed in the game. Is marrow. This is like, you think your cooking's blowing up now? Max this out and put points into it and see what happens. It's going to be absolutely insane. It is crazy. So yeah, do that. But yeah, like I said, with the whole ladle bit, do that sometime. Go through, get yourself some ladles. I see you're getting ladles now. Which actually very well could be... Let's see something here real quick. Yep, that's why you're farming ladles. Yep, that's why I went to it, yep. Okay. So yeah, I mean, even after you're done with that, make sure you don't piss those ladles away either when you use 100k of them. Use it on some kind of speed. You want to use them on cooking speed. Let's see here. What kind of a target do we have? Okay, so you don't have Burnt Marshmallow on lock, I would assume. If you can get Burnt Marshmallow unlocked, that's a big if, then I would use it on that. If you can't, then there is other options. Cabbage is always a good one because it hardcore scales. Double cherry is not a bad one. Okay. Gotcha. Then yeah, once you get that 100k done, yeah, start pounding these up. Let's see how we're looking. You got the right stuff sitting in here. Like, you're looking at about the right stuff. Yeah, so I mean, you got a couple left. You're not doing bad by any means. I expected it to be worse. So you're doing fine. You're obviously going to need like higher level ones at some point, of course. Eventually, when you get into this ability is OP. You'll be in it before too long, because this will let you be able to stretch your eggs further. Essentially, you're going to use one egg when you're empty, and that one egg could end up getting you like 5, 6. Yeah, it is a bit of a trade-off, yeah. Alright, I'm not going to get too much into... Well, actually, let me see what arena is. So you got to get the total at the end at some point. That's just going to come because you don't have high enough level right now. You'll get it. You just got to keep leveling it up. You got to keep getting your stuff leveled, and you'll get that. That's not hard. Lab, you're obviously waiting for those to hit the shops. You should not have Viaduct equipped. Viaduct is only good in one very, very niche thing. And I know for 100% fact you're not at that point. No. It's only good for when you're leveling up bubbles, because it gives you a crap ton of max capacity so you can level up your bubbles manually, which you're nowhere near. That's very endgame stuff. You should not have Viaducts equipped. Unequip that thing. Do not have it equipped. Like you would see, even I don't have it equipped right now. It's only that very niche time. Like when I'm going to level up my stat bubbles and I'm cranium cooking on my character, and then I'm going on to the other character to grab my resources and then just level the piss out of it. If you've seen me doing that, that's the only time that it's good to have that crazy capacity, because I have crazy efficiency, so I need all that capacity. I essentially can claim for like 5 minutes worth of time, and I've got enough to use, 200,000 liquid. That's why that's good. You are a long, long ways from this thing ever being good for you, so keep that unequipped. Like, disable it immediately. All it's doing is shooting you in the foot. You're getting liquid 30% less. Like, you don't want to do that. Don't have that equipped. It's very, very bad. But literally, that one time is the only time that it's good. And these, yeah, just get them as they come up. I mean, can't do nothing about that, right? What is going on there? Got to be done then. So it looks like I would assume you finished off Rift then. Which is actually nice. I didn't think you were going to, so that's cool. Yeah, see, getting your levels up is going to also increase some of this stuff too, which is great. Construction Mastery is when it really starts to blow up your stuff. When it goes crazy is at the 1250. Because that's when you start really getting some build speed, and it explodes. Oh, very nice, yeah. See, Aftershock, I'm just helping you out a ton. That's why. Account reviews help other people. There's always something in them that can help you, for sure. But yeah, it's getting to this point. See, you also get 100 max levels for Talent Library. Like, this is huge for you, too. You definitely want to focus on this at some point. This is where you being Salt Lock is screwing you. Because once you get on Salt Locked, you can start working on this a bit. Tome, people know I don't even bother going over it because I hate Tome. You're actually looking pretty darn good on your artifacts. They are not terrible. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing because they look good. And you know why? And see, everybody, you see that Seb is not that far in a lot of stuff. But compared to a lot of people, might be way further in a lot of other stuff compared to Seb. But you notice how sailing, Seb is stupid far in it? It's because Seb has hamsters on all of his characters. That's why. And that's why I stress it to keep hamsters on your characters. You can tell he's done that. You can tell that Seb has definitely done that. Good stuff. Yeah. You're checking on a regular basis. You have the hamsters on your characters, and it's paying dividends. That's my point. Yeah, it looks beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Like, we already know you got Dew. Let's see here. Yeah, you're leveling them up. Just keep an eye on them. Level them when you can. Yeah, it's a big difference when you do hamsters, guys. Big, big difference. It's huge. Let's see where you're looking at on your super bits here. So I see you got a little bit to go. Let's check. You got all your mutations. Good. So yeah, like, gaming is pretty much for one reason and one reason only. I know all this stuff kind of helps, but it's all about this last one. It gives you 10 more levels to your Atom Collider. To all the stuff that requires atoms. This is OP as all hell. So this is eventually what you're working for. It's going to take you time. Yeah, you'll have to work. At some point, you're going to have to take some time out to work on this. Yeah, gaming sucks. I 100% agree with you. I'm not a fan of it either. But you are... If you're active or something, while you're active doing something, take a little time out to kind of push gaming. You're at the point to where, you know, you got chemical plants unlocked, so you can kind of push it fairly fast. Sit there, do yourself some gaming a little bit. I know it sucks, but trust me, if while you're active and you're sitting there anyways, you might as well do gaming. There you go. So while they're farming this stuff, pull up gaming menu and do some gaming. Because you're definitely falling behind on it. You've got the stuff unlocked to make it a lot easier right now, is what I'm saying. So you can sit there and actually push it. So definitely push it, okay? Like, you're fine. You've got what you need to make it easier. It's just a matter of doing it. All right, you know what? We're going to come back to the hole at the end, because I know you wanted me to talk about a little extra, so we'll come back to it. We'll kind of finish strong with that. Let's go ahead and look at your crops. Yeah, first of all, let's look at your market then. Okay, you've got the two main ones that you need. You should level Boglog. Yeah, you should level them all. Like most things, you should level. Boglog is going to give you the free gaming, which is going to give you free time on it. It helps. It helps a lot. Well, you have land ranks. You have overgrowth. But you don't have shit for points. Am I missing something here? So, it looks like what you did was... You unlocked land rank, you unlocked overgrowth, and then you just stopped doing farming. Oh, you unlocked them yesterday. Well, that makes sense then. Well, massive grats on that. That's huge. Now's where the fun starts. Because now is where it starts to kind of steamroll. Because these levels are just going to get massive. There's a lot of places where they have guides on point basis. There's some Google spreadsheets out there and stuff. I think I might have even put them in the channel. I'm not sure if I did or not. But there's some spreadsheets that'll show you how you should divide your points. Some are obviously better than others, but this is going to help you out a lot. Like, this is where it actually starts. Kitsune's one of those that it's a hit or miss. It's both good and bad. Like, if you're going to actively play, it's pretty good. If you're not going to actively play, it's bad. I even find that I even actively play without it sometimes. But overall, if you're going to active play a lot, it's good to use. Because it's going to make your shit grow faster. But yeah, with this, you're just going to keep pushing into this, and you're going to keep pounding up the night market. And eventually you're going to get to the point when you have this last thing unlocked to where you're going to start out that you're going to get 100k every time on everything because it's going to boost everything. So depending on what you have, like right here, you got the 1,000. So you want to get growth speed eventually this is what's going to help you a lot. This is what really starts to take stuff off, is the speed. The speed and the overgrowth. You're going to want to put some... You really should have put some into speed, to be honest with you. You really should have. It's all about speed when it comes to farming. There's not a higher chance to pop them. They're still the same chance as they always were. It's just now you can actually do them. Well, I mean, if you didn't have Chemical Plant, then there was a 0% chance to pop them. Now that you have Chemical Plant, you have a chance. Yeah. It's just literally a chance. They're all set. But growth speed, though, you're going to want to level this up. And then what you do is, you grab yourself 1,000 of every single crop as you're going. Get 1,000, move to the next. Get 1,000, move to the next, and so on. And this is going to blow your speed up. And instead of this stuff looking like... Well, let me see here, your plots. Looking like the fact of it's going to take you, like, minutes to do. Let me see here. Yeah, this one. See, like, your hours to do them. That's the problem. See, and right now, the problem that you're doing is... You should start from the beginning. The quickest one, if you look, 5 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours... You should start with the first one. Keep in mind, there is also ways to set you up when you do a reset. You want to have yourself set up for the next reset. If for nothing else, Seb, after I'm done with this video, I'm literally going to go do farming, and I can show you kind of the concept, okay? I mean, I could show you on here, but it's going to take a lot to kind of show you. It's one of those things where it's better for me to kind of show you, and I can explain it to you, okay? I mean, mine, obviously, is going to be way more blown out of proportion than what yours is. But it's the same concept. You want to set yourself up for success when you reset. But yeah, I'll show you what that's about. But you're always going to want to start from the bottom and work your way up. Because it's, as you see, an hour and 10 minutes is way quicker than taking almost 4 hours, right? So you're shooting yourself in the foot right now. We'll get into it, though. Sneaking, you're using the right stuff. You clearly see what and know what you're doing. So we're going to leave that be. Just keep progressing on that. Summoning is one of those things you're just going to want to keep pushing it every day. Eventually, when you unlock Gambit, you're going to be able to put doublers into it. When you unlock Gambit, the best thing to do is to take your doublers, put them all into your essence gain, push your essence gains for about a week, get everything up for your damage and stuff like that, then take all of your doublers, swap them over to damage, push it until you feel like you can't push anymore, swap the doublers all back into your essence gains again, and rinse and repeat. Yeah, but you don't want to... If you would have pushed it the other way and have gotten your speed, you would have unlocked it faster. Trust me. Don't just focus on the one thing. I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because trust me, you'd unlock it faster if you didn't start with them. Trust me. You'd be good. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously going to come in time. You're pretty close on this. Eventually, when you get to 10K... Yeah, so you got 450. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Look at how beautiful this looks. You got 588 sitting in storage. That's fine. But yeah, this is what it should look like. Now, it should look like this for these. So you have them all sitting in storage. Like, you eventually want to have this look be for these. And then, of course, dumplings and stuff like that. Like, you've got a bunch of these just sitting. They could be used on characters. Stuff like that. You know, Emperor, I'm not going to worry about. But yeah, I think that, like, we're going to go now into the hole because we're going to discuss this last. Because this is where you said you really need some help on it. I mean, you're doing all right. You're leveling up everything, I see, which is good. We really want to worry about bravery here. So we see your next one is 5,000. Let's just see where we're at on these. Next is 2,000. Yeah, so you definitely are going to have to get up to the point to where you're getting probably more hours, because I would assume that your time is pretty bad right now that you get. Let's see, you got one. Oh my god, it's somebody who listens. Yay. You have all your opals invested into one person. Hooray. You are probably the first person I have reviewed that actually has done this. Massive win. Like, usually people have them spread all over the place. Fantastic. I love it. I love to see this. Finally. Somebody's listening. Good job, Seb. So yeah, you're pushing to unlock some more stuff here. Where exactly are you at, Seb? Oh, so you're on jars. So we're past that. Past that. Wisdom. You're on wisdom. Okay, so yeah, you're getting into Gambit next. Like I said, when you get to that and you can get the doublers, that's going to explode your summoning. So, I mean, keep doing your stuff, leveling your stuff for summoning, but just keep in mind that when you get to Gambit, it's going to explode. So, don't get frustrated with it now. It does get a lot easier, okay? But it is going to be a pain in the ass to get to it. And I see that the Explorer was probably... Yeah, I see that you need a lot, and you were just like, F that, I'm just switching to something else. Great stuff. There's no point in pounding your head against the wall trying to unlock the next one. But, I mean, you're actually not too bad, though. Your XP is okay. 13 mil. I mean, it's not great, but it's not horrible. Okay, Seb. So, once again, on my channel, I have a guide on there that literally says every single place in the game where you can get villager XP from. Every single place in the game. There's a few newer ones that came out, but they're mainly just paid ones. But, yeah. Yeah, take a look at that. There's going to be some stuff you're missing. That'll help you massively. Massively. And keep in mind also, like, I know the video is going to say it, but keep in mind that all of these offer opals in one way or another. So keep that in mind. If there's some that are very easy to get some opals, grab them. And then with these, the monuments suck because in the beginning, you're going to get... You're probably getting 1 hour for like maybe 4 or 5 hours or less than that. It sucks. Eventually, it's going to start picking up though. And the easiest one to get up in the beginning is Bravery. And I see that you've got that as your highest one, which great. That's really good. And I see that you're trying to get Wisdom to the 2000 was what you were saying. So then you can start kind of getting it rolling. I get it. Wisdom, you do not need the 24k bonus on this. The 24k bonus is shit. Just so you know. Justice is probably the most important to get the 24k bonus for because it takes it from... It just makes it a lot more consistent. And Bravery, eventually, you're going to want to get it to around about 55,000, which I know is insane. That's why you want to do it last. Because once you get your Monument AFKs to where you're getting way more per hour of AFK time, then it's going to be a lot easier to push this a lot higher. But right now, the best bang for your buck is going to be doing Bravery. Because once you start getting these Monument AFKs, it's going to be so good for you. So good. Let's see, too, where your measurement bonus is at. Okay, so you don't have these. Yeah, see, that Monument AFK rate is going to be so good for you, too. Keep that in mind. You're going to want to unlock that at some point. That's going to be huge for you. Absolutely huge. So I would say, let's see, what are you... I know you got your stuff in Engineer. I mean, you can keep doing Engineer until probably you get the next one. And then if you have to, switch over to this. After that, with your wishes, put everything into Measurement and unlock this. Yeah, yeah. After swap to that, yep. Uh-huh. Yep, because I noticed you're really close to leveling it. Yeah, level that up, get what you can get, and then very next day, make sure you got your wishes, keep your wishes, and swap it over to this and start working on your Monument AFK one. This is going to be massive for you. Absolutely massive. And the jar speed, too. I don't know if you unlock that one at the same time, but this one's big, too. These are more of, like, they're okay. Like, I mean, I know the rupee value, but the jar speed is huge. Yeah, Monument AFK rate is going to be massive for you. And once you get it, start getting it in Bravery also, it's going to be huge for you, too. Because I noticed you haven't gotten any. You start getting it in there, it's going to be big. But that's going to be your easiest one to get is in the Measurement one. Because you don't really need anything, you just got to level it up. So, yeah, I mean, you're doing fine. Jars, you know. Let's see here. Come on. Let's see what you got for collectibles. Yeah, see, eventually you get a Monument AFK one. If you can. I mean, I know it's easier said than done. But when it comes to jars, it's all about the schematics. You start unlocking the schematics. I mean, obviously, once you can push to unlock them, it's great. But eventually, these schematics for jars make it so much better. And you'll find that you'll start blowing up with it. But don't push them to the point to where they cost so much to unlock that it's going to be days and days and days. I don't know off the top of my head what tier you got to get Monument AFK in Bravery. I don't know off the top of my head. I think the wiki says it. Unless somebody in here knows. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't want to steer you the wrong way. I don't think it's that high up. But, I mean, I could be wrong. Okay, so I can see right now with Conjurer also, you're kind of putting your points a little wonky. First thing you should have done with Conjurer before you did anything was max this. This is where you're getting the most of your Villager XP from the Conjurer bonuses, is this. This one right here is shit. It's just absolute crap. This one's just okay at best. But yeah, you want to max this out because this one's massive. It really is. It's definitely your best one. And then this is your next best one. So you want to have these two first ones maxed. That's going to give you a lot more Villager XP. Well, I know multi is 47. There's no way they're going to be at that. I know that's 47. That one I knew. And I know there's no way they're getting to that. But you think AFK is 32? Yeah. So from what Faye's saying is the Monument AFK might be 32 and then onward. But yeah, there's no way they're getting to 47. There's no way. That's why I didn't even bother saying on that one. There's no way they're getting multi. Like, I see that you got the point in that, so you get the link for it. It doesn't matter, though, because you got Dude. I mean, you still got to unlock it to move on. Forge capacity is nice to make your stuff, but this is the ore one I was talking about also, Seb. When you get this 3 out of 3, this is going to be an extra 300%. That's when you need to get your bubbles up to 600%. Like I said, you can get other percents from other places. Me personally, I like to have all 600% on the bubbles so that I know exactly what I'm at and it's all in one place. It's up to you if you want to add up the rest of them and see exactly what you need to get at. But this is really, really good. This will blow your prints up. But yeah, I mean, that's probably... Let's see here. Study also is a good one. Study, it's all about Bell, and it's all about Lamp. I see that you raised up Lamp. Bell is massively OP in this. Once you get the right schematics for it... Like, I noticed that you didn't have them yet. Has a 25% chance to give 2 more levels. So, in other words, if you get that study up to where, we'll say it's even like 100... It means if this procs, instead of getting 100 levels, you're going to get 200 levels. It doubles it. It can proc on every 20. So every 20 from the study, you get X more levels. This doubles that. Has a chance to double it. This is OP as all hell. And that's why Bell is just insane for new people. Because your gains from Bell are just absolutely insane. And it's going to give you a huge benefit out of it. For all around, for the whole entire hole. So yeah, just keep on locking your schematics. Keep on locking your measurement. Study, like I said, you definitely are going to probably want to pound up Bell. At some point. You still got 0% Bravery multi? Yeah, I got lucky. I got 72 levels of Bravery multi a couple days ago. It gave me 1.55 times. Something like that. I think that's about it, though, for the Cavern. Do you have any questions for me, Seb? I think we've got a lot. I didn't want to overwhelm you too much. But worst case scenario, like I said, I'll post this. You can refer back to it. That's kind of why I like having the video, so it gives you a reference point to keep going back on. Beautiful. There you go. Even better. Even better. All right, then I'll go ahead and end it there. All right, later, everybody.